Alright, boys, we got this old Deus back out here with this 9-inch coil. You can really cut with a 9-inch coil. Now, different Civil War bullet. I believe that's a 54 I found, I don't know, up the road here about 35 miles. Let's tell you, this one some years ago. The nose on it is deformed and it reads 78, okay? And I took the pliers and cut just a little bit of the nose off. See that thing right there? Believe it or not, that thing reads just about like that 22 long rifle cartridge. I may show that in the video here. Toward the end, you see what we've got there? Not ultra deep bullet. A little piece of that bullet though. You know, them bullets get ground up in these fields with a disc and the plows, boys. Okay. Fast program, 9-inch coil, speed 1, 40 kilohertz, okay, pitch tones, okay, we're going to sweep over this. I'm going to see if you can see this ID. Might blow it up for you. I can. It's hard for me to use both fingers here and hold this camera. Here we go. I'll show you that fragment of that bullet at the end. I'll even show you what the bullet reads. Now I'm sweeping over this. Let you see that meter. Look at that. Now that's pitch tone. 45, 44, 46. You know, and if you get used to, if you start testing this machine when you get it, of course, you know, you can go out and maybe you don't understand this machine totally, and you'll dig some of them small slivers. You're like, oh, I don't like them, and you may dig one of them like, oh, that thing reads up there in the 70s. I'll let you see it again. See that? Now that's pitch tones, okay? That's the default setup on it. All I did is change the reactivity, okay? Lowered it to 1. Now we're going to go in here, we're going to add a little notch. Okay. We're just going to stop the notch at 50. Because that's what that thing reads a little less than 50. Okay. We'll see what we hear here if I can get this call right. So I get some signal out there. Okay. Might get me to stop and turn. Okay, because remember, you know, when you're running notch on this machine, you're not paying so much attention to the ID. Let's sweep and see what the ID does on that. The ID actually flashes on 80 occasionally. 58. You know, when it triggers that notch, you're going to be curious. You're not so worried about the ID because you know what you've got your notch set to. Okay, but you get to hear that's not the best of signals. Okay, so I wonder if I was not running any notch and I come over that. And I had me a check program. Well, I'm just going to leave the notch in the machine. Go down here and lower the frequency to 14 kilohertz. Now remember, I've got 50 notch in it. What do I hear? Uh-oh, look at that. I got two-way signal. I got like 61 and 80s coming in, depending on where that call is. Okay, so if I wasn't running any notch on this machine in a fast program, I'm going to come over that little old dink 45 reading signal thereabouts. You know, I could check it. I can even go over here. I'm just going to toggle the dive. I'm not going to change anything in the dive program. What's the dive program do on that thing? Dive program. See the ID? So that's telling me I've got something down there probably bigger than that little piece of lead there. Okay, we're back in the fast program. I'm going to take the notch out of the machine. In progress. This is a real live situation you're going to see, okay? If you hunt Civil War sites, you're going to come across that small lead. you know, and you may go right by it. So I'm going to go back to 40 kilohertz right quick. We're going to separate these two objects here. Okay, so there's the bullet. See that? Here's the sliver. See what you get? One of them small nuisance targets. Now, one other disclaimer here, you know, this Deus too, you know, this fast multi-frequency. See that there, that FMF on that coil. That test that I just did with this machine, if I would have stayed at speed 3 or 2.5, the results would have not been near as good. Matter of fact, speed 3 would probably be a fail. So you don't necessarily want to be running this machine fast, at least all the time, okay? Like speed 3 and 4, 2.5. Hope you enjoyed.